Guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale, and that's right, you read the title of this video correctly. A second emergency balance change has been instituted just hours before CRL Asia kicks off. So today we're going to talk about the new fisherman and the new executioner. Moreover, I'm going to give you my opinion on what the heck is going on over there in Finland at Supercell headquarters. Why two emergency balance changes over the course of just a few days? This is very unprecedented, but I think there's a way to look at this glass half full and glass half empty. I'm going to share both points of view in today's video, but first let's go ahead and hop into the game and take a look at these balance changes. Alright guys, so there's two balance changes to talk about today. We have first the executioner, then the fisherman. I really want to give you three opinions in today's video. Number one, my thoughts on the new executioner. Number two, my thoughts on the new fisherman. And number three, kind of a broader conversation. I'll play a match with the new cards just to kind of get the conversation kick-started here, because I really want to hear from you guys, not only on the new cards, do you think they're balanced, do you think these emergency buff and nerf was appropriate, but moreover, I'm really curious to hear, how do you feel about the second emergency balance change, the third balance changes in just a short span of 5 days? How do you guys feel about that? Good, bad, somewhere in the middle? I'm going to give you my opinion, but first let's talk about the changes to the cards. Number one is the executioner. Executioner minimum range goes from 3 to 4. Damage goes up 2%. They say the executioner's hood was pulled a bit too low, making him almost blind, and ain't that the truth? He was awful. We just helped him see a bit further and sharpened his axe just enough to cut the flying machine apart, so he can one-shot the flying machine. But the bigger change here is really the range buff to the executioner. It was an incredibly hampering, to say the least, reduction in range that made him really useless inside the arena. So personally, just in terms of the sheer strength of the new executioner, the third version of the new executioner, I think he's finally going to be closer to balanced, maybe even a hair on the strong side, but certainly, in my opinion, not oppressive, not OP, and not game-breaking inside Clash Royale, as he was in the first version that none of you guys got to play because they emergency nerfed it to hell before they even instituted that into the game. So now I finally think they got it right. More on that in a little bit. Fisherman. Hit points, minus 5%. Fisherman is just a bit too versatile and tough for a 3 elixir defensive card, so we wanted to introduce more counterplay. Fisherman now dies to lightning. Turns out he wasn't as hardy a sailor as we thought, or as he thought, or as we all thought. Okay, so Fisherman nerf. Opinions on Fisherman nerf, personally, is that it's not that big of a deal. 5% HP reduction. Who cares? He dies to lightning. Whoop-de-dooped. I mean, honestly, you know, if they're using a lightning, is that a verb? I don't think so. If they're using a lightning against your against your fisherman, that's probably not that bad of a thing anyway. You know, it's almost like lightning bait, unless they're getting value off of, say, like your E-Wiz and your Tower Mega Minion and the Fisherman. But I don't think that's that dramatic of a nerf to the Fisherman. It's very, very a subtle nerf to the Fisherman. But I also think that they shouldn't have given him an emergency nerf. Did he deserve a nerf? Maybe. He was the highest win percentage card in grand challenges and the competitive side of the game, and CRL is kicking off this month. However, he doesn't feel like he's oppressively OP, like, you know, similar to Miner, another 3 elixir legendary card. Versatile, yes, of course he's versatile. Powerful, yes, extremely powerful. But OP, game-breaking, or shifting the meta to an extent where the game becomes miserable / frustrating to play, in my opinion, that wasn't the Fisherman. And in other words, they could have just waited, given him a little bit more time than 3 days, 4 days to breathe, and just see where things ended up at the end of the month. Now, with that said, again, this nerf, not that big of a deal. I still think the Fisherman will be versatile in meta and probably pretty well balanced. So I guess I kind of, just to be cynical for a second, I kind of got the impression that they were like, dude, Executioner sucks now. What did we do? Let's give him another buff. But we can't just keep going back and forth with only the Executioner. Let's throw something else in there to make it look like this is a more meaty balance emergency change, right? So let's throw in the Fisherman. He has the highest win rates. What the heck, right? I don't know, guys. I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to play the Happy Noob deck, except for I'm going to sub in Fisherman for Tornado. Now, just to be clear, I think the Tornado version of this deck is extremely better, but I'm just going to try the new Fisherman in the deck, and that's the easiest sub for him inside this deck. Actually, it might, yeah, I was going to say, maybe I can even, like, take out Rocket. Nah, I need Rocket. Okay, whatever. Who cares? Let's just go. So yeah, guys, that's how I feel about the new cards. Now let's talk about the balance changes in general, right? So you can look at this, or the emergency balance update in general. You can look at this in one of two ways, right? You can say A, positive or negative first. What should I go first? I'll go positive first, right? You can say, hey, you know what? Props to Supercell. Props to oh my god, this is going to be juicy. Props to Supercell, because we always yell at Supercell when they don't give us, when they don't make changes when they're obvious, right? I mean, it's just like, okay, Supercell, fix this card. You know it's broken. Why make us wait a month on fixing this card, right? Why make us wait a month? Just fix it if you know it's broken. Now, with that said, so that's the positive side. They fixed something, they identified something as being broken, and they made a change just in time for CRL, which is absolutely great in my opinion. So that's the positive, right? I think there's no hit because of the King Tower activation. Perfect. That was close, though. Now, the negative is, dude, who is playtesting your game that they got it this wrong, right? Who's playtesting your game that they were this far off that they needed this many emergency balance changes on the same card in such a short amount of time? I don't know. That's the negative way to look at things. It's just like, geez, man, just give the card a little bit of time to breathe or something, you know? I guess that's both well. Look at that new Executioner. He did really well against that. What card was that? No hit. Okay, he got a hit. But that was really nice. So I probably could have stopped that cheaper too, but, you know, I'm trying to have a conversation here, guys. So those are my feelings, guys, on the... I guess I fall somewhere in the middle. Like, obviously, in a perfect world, things would just be balanced right away, right? But it's not a perfect world, and I guess, you know, it's easy for me to sit here after the fact and be like, oh, shame on Supercell, they suck. But I guess I'd rather see them make these changes rather than just leaving a card totally dead that they got wrong. So in a way, I see this as them admitting that, hey, they got the card wrong. They were wrong on this card, right? So I guess that's kind of how I feel about it. Overall, I'm happy. How do you guys feel? Let me know. I'm sure you'll let me know your opinion in the comments below, but I'm really curious again to see what you guys think about this. Look at this defensive prowess of this deck here, guys. Can't mess with the 2 Valkyries. Oh my god. This is great. This is great here. I'm just stacking. I'm just spamming troops. I don't even pay attention to what I'm doing here. We'll go ahead and send in the Hog Rider here, and then we'll just keep fishermaning him. And that's going to be it. It's going to be rocket range, obviously. Sweet. But yeah, guys, I don't know. Give me your thoughts on the new cards. I'm not going to make this video any longer than it really needs to be, because those are my opinions. I'm not going to make it, you know, longer just for fluff at this point. But I feel like I fall in between. At the end of the day, surprising, eyebrow raising that it took this long to kind of figure out where these cards are balanced, assuming it's Supercell here. It's a company that invests millions of dollars into their games. You know, maybe not having 3 emergency balance changes would be something that, you know, would not be expected in their games. But at the end of the day, props to them for making these changes, right? If they really truly believe that Fisherman's too strong, they really truly believe the Executioner is crap, then you know what? I'd like to see them proactively make these changes in the future. Just a shame that it had to get to this point, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is, I guess. I just feel bad for those of you who wasted your legendary tokens on Fisherman. Nah, I'm just kidding, because he's still going to be good. But if they nerfed him too far, that's where it gets kind of hairy in my opinion, right? If you spend all your gold upgrading a card, you spend your star points, kind of flexing your cards, look inside the arena, or you spend your trade tokens upgrading these cards, and then boom, emergency nerf, we got it wrong, and then boom, emergency buff, we got it right, and then boom, emergency nerf, we got it wrong. It can kind of play with the temperament and the emotions of your player base. So that is just a word of caution. But at the end of the day, guys, I can't wait to hear your opinions on these balance changes. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching till the end of this video, guys. I really appreciate it. Huge shout out to Stats Royale and to Bren Chong, my YouTube partners, and a special shout out in today's video to Lola Bear. Lola Bear is an employee of YouTube Gaming who had me at their Malibu retreat over the last weekend. Here, I'll flash a photo for you guys. It was such a blast. Got to work with the YouTube marketing team, kind of helping them plan out their vision for the future of YouTube gaming in 2020 and beyond. So big shout out to Lola Bear for coming into the clan, visiting CWA. So guys, thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.